with our guest artist,
Easy.
Mr. Clifford Smith,
Easy.
aka Mr. Vegas.
Easy.
Now, a lot of people branded him as controversial.
Easy.
Mr. Vegas is that artist. Most of the time I join his live, he address every issue. He freely talk about every artist. You understand me? You can't talk about Mr. Vegas and Mr. Vegas will keep quiet. No, sir. That is not part of him.
Easy.
No, sir. He will make sure he will answer you. You understand me? In recent time, we were on the internet. You understand me? You know, my good friend Little John. You know, Little John addressed Mr. Vegas in recent time when he granted an interview with Irish and Chin talking about SingJay issue.
Easy.
Listen, Little John came at Mr. Vegas very hard.
Easy.
Now listen, as soon as the man came at Mr. Vegas, all of us were waiting that, yo, listen, Vegas is going to clap him back. But Vegas, being an intelligent, artist, came forward and addressed the issue, giving props, to, Little John. And I'm like, yo,
Easy.
Vegas can be tricky sometime, The man can be tricky sometime. But today we're going to go into some issues with him. Mind you, he's also got a reggae album out. And I'm like, this man is all round. He's been working. Recently, he was on tour. He is all over the place. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know Mr. Vegas, do me a favor and listen to this.
Na 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 na.
Ladies and gentlemen, 35 gone into the R1.
Easy.
Here on Asaase Radio, the voice of our land. Our guest is the one name, Mr. Clifford Smith, aka Mr. Vegas, born on the 29th of September 1974. He is a Jamaican dancehall SingJay. And underline the word SingJay because we will come to that very, very soon. Listen to me, he's got a brand new album out there, Ghetto Reggae. Please, if you don't know about it, I want you to pick up your phone now or your laptop, type Mr. Vegas, Ghetto Reggae, and it will lead you on all the musical platforms. You understand me?
Easy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're live on Asaase 99.5 in Accra,
Easy.
98.5 in Kumasi,
Easy.
100.3 in Cape Coast,
Easy.
and 99.7 in the northern region, Tamale.
Easy.
We have over 38 million people are listening to us right now.
Easy.
We're live also on Facebook on Asaase 99.5. Mr. Vegas just shared it on his page.
Easy.
You can also go there and view. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go and welcome the big bad Mr. Vegas. Mr. Vegas, how are you doing?
Here, brother. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How about yourself?
My good man. Me there, Me there.
All right.
All the way from this side to your side.
Definitely, we give thanks. So, where exactly are you now? You home?
I'm currently in Florida.
Okay, all right. That's nice.
Oh.
But before we even, begin the conversation, Mr. Vegas is always at the center of every conversation, every argument. I can say you are the most trend artist. How does that make you feel? Always you are in the news. It's either good or bad. Almost every time someone is coming at you and all that. How does that make you feel, Mr. Vegas?
Well, when I speak on social issues, of course, it's not everyone is going to agree with what I am saying. Yeah. But I think evil prevails when good people stay silent. And most of the things I speak about has to do with social issues. Yeah, I speak on women's rights. I speak on children's rights. I speak on a range of things. I speak on the music industry. Yeah. So most of the things that I speak about are conversation that are well-rounded. So everyone is gonna tap in or chime in to have their say, and it's okay. I just think I am one of the persons who happens to be a musician who will, of course, speak on these things, because I think it is not normal for artists, quote unquote celebrities, to speak on social issues. I think celebrities are led to believe that when you're a celebrity, you should act like a celebrity and, stay away from people. And I see it the opposite way.
Wow. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest is the one named Mr. Vegas.
Easy.
Now, Mr. Vegas, we are live on 4 radio stations across the country, Ghana. And we have over 38 million people are listening to us right now. All those who can join us online, tune in via the radio, and everyone is listening. And seriously, when I posted the flyer, people were like, yo, Lagazee, I can't miss this interview. Lagazee, it's been a while I heard from Mr. Vegas. I'm like, where are you? He's been releasing songs. We've been playing his songs over here, so where are you? You understand me? For the benefit of those in the north, in the northern region of Ghana, you understand me, who are listening via Asaase 99.7, I would like you to go, let's go into the Mr. Vegas, story, right from where you were born, how you grew up, and then from there back into where you are now in Florida. So who exactly is Mr. Vegas? Let's start from the basics.
Mr. Vegas is a Jamaican artist. I was born in Kingston. I grew up in the rural side of Jamaica. I grew up with my mom most of my life, or 95% of my life. I had no father. So my mom was basically the center of my universe. I grew up really poor. Yeah, I'm from a poor beginning. Board house, and you can name it. We had to go to the river to catch water, to the springs. We had to go to the gullies to take sticks to make fire. So that is how I grew up. I grew up in a very poor household. I dropped out of high school and came back to Kingston and started pursuing music and work. Since I was about 14, 15 years old. I started singing on sound system. A sound system happens to be in my yard, the place where I lived, that my cousin owned, called Small Axe. And there I started singing when I had the opportunity. I got the opportunity to sing on sound system. I started singing on Small Axe sound system in the early warm-ups and after the dance is cooling down. So that is where I was my little, place where I learned the skills of even working, a sound system and working a rhythm, and being, able to ride a rhythm and stuff like that. I think some of that came with natural instinct, just to be an artist, because the first time I sang on a sound system, first time I held a microphone, at a street dance, I just was on timing, on the rhythm and all of that, and it just was something natural. And I think this is a result of me running away from home when I was in the rural St. Andrew as a young youth, as a child, because my brothers were very abusive, and a sister that I had, very abusive. So I ran away from home and I would hang out around the sound systems. So I think the natural timing, how to ride a rhythm, came from that. I think it was embedded early in my system, and some of it may be, natural, instinct.
All right.
Attribute.
All right. So, you spoke about the fact that your brothers were very abusive, so you have to run away from home and all these things. Abusive in terms of what?
Like whooping, like,
okay, all right. So you have to run away
beyond the norm, not just discipline.
Yeah,
in disciplining a child. It was like, I think it had some level of hatred, because I was a different father from them.
Okay,
or some form of resentment towards my mom, because my mom left their father and started dealing with my father, had a relationship with my father. So maybe it was some form of resentment, because they were older siblings. So they were understood beyond, children's, comprehension.
Okay. All right. Talking about the sound system thing. This particular show is a sound system culture show. So I was so glad when you made mention of the small acts, sound system that you began on in terms of you singing and all that. You understand me? At that particular early stage, 13, 14 years. And the mic was given to you on this particular sound system. How did the sound system propel you, in terms of your career?
Well, when you're around a sound system and you are influenced now, or you're inspired now by artists who are coming around, and these artists that were coming around, they were already some established and some were upcoming artists. So I would see a Pliers, from the same Shaka Demus and Pliers group, our duo, and Pliers would be a young artist coming in the lane, singing on the sound system. He had a little lyrics book. I remember him singing even Murder She Wrote before, when I was a child. It was long after he recorded it with Shaka Demus and Pliers. And he had another song called Barbara. And, so I remember him coming into the lane. He had a female that used to accompany him. So I remember just being inspired by Pliers and see how Pliers came. And then we started hearing Pliers songs on the radio. Sanchez, when Sanchez came around, or, Admiral Bailey came around, these were major celebrities. Lieutenant Stitchie, we heard. I wasn't there at the time when Lieutenant Stitchie came. And he was my favorite artist growing up, favorite DJ growing up, because he told stories, and these stories were so hilarious. So I was a major fan, and still is a major fan of Lieutenant Stitchie. From the days of Stereo One, they used to play at a place called Lawrence Tavern every December during the Christmas season. So we would hear these cassettes with Lieutenant Stitchie and Wolfman and all these artists. Well, Lieutenant Stitchie was just a prolific storyteller. Yeah. So, just the mere fact that I missed him when he came to Small Axe one night and I was not there. It was just like I was so, inspired and, wanted to be like a Lieutenant Stitchie.
Wow.
And hoping one day that I will actually meet Lieutenant Stitchie, because he was like my, childhood hero in terms of music.
Wow. 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 We give thanks, for, going into this particular story. So from this particular sound system, Small Axe, where else did you go in terms of sound system? Was Small Axe alone, like your home based sound system that you work with, or your entire sound system career?
Well, I started going, like, I went to the country at one point with Small Axe and I saw my name on the flyer. So this was like a big deal for me. I was listed on the flyer because those days when you had flyers and I saw my name on the flyer. And those days, people used to call me a range of different things. They call me Butter, they call me Sprangy, they call me Clifford, my real name and so forth. It was Mr. Vegas at that time. So I went to the country with Small Axe as a singer on the sound. And I think we went to, I don't remember if it was St. Elizabeth or one of them places, but I went there. And, it was just like a vibe. Just being on the truck, going, to a dance. So that was a vibe, but Small Axe was the only sound system that I ended up, singing on. Because when I went to Rambo sound, Rambo had Sanchez, Flower Gun, Daddy Lizard, I think Clement Irie too. When I went to Rambo, there was no callback, because I tried to get on Rambo sound system because that was where Sanchez was. And Sanchez was my singer, that I actually tried to emulate and try to copy. When I was going to Oberlin as a little youth, that was, I started sounding like Sanchez and Pinchers. Yeah. And that was an attraction during the breaks time, during the lunch time, when we got, into the auditorium, I used to sing like, Sanchez covers of foreign songs in the Sanchez interpolation style.
Wow. Wow.
Easy.
So meaning that smaller sound system was your resident sound that you work with your entire life and you never switch to any sound system. In terms of cutting dubplate now, which sound system would you say was the first sound you ever cut dubplate for, Mr. Vegas?
Small axe, man. I listened to it, I was, Daddy Axe is the champion sound. Na 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 na. Daddy Axe is the champion sound. Wow, 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 wow. It's Daddy Axe sound. It's playing in the lawn, yeah. No sound can test, cause yes, we are the best. It was just like, bro.
In which year was this, Mr. Vegas?
This was about 88.
1988.
88, 89.
Wow. And around that time, sound system was
It was before Gilbert, so it would have been like 88.
88. Wow.
Easy.
Now, I am quite surprised. Early this morning, I was going through my catalog. You understand me? Last year, I was in Jamaica to the glory of God. I went to Dancehall Thursdays, enter into a clash with Super Good and Playmaker. I'm send them home guilty as charged and pick the trophy and bring the trophy to Ghana. I was going through my catalog to see whether I have anything for Mr. Vegas. And Lagazee Sound International, the big bad champions are from Ghana, don't have nothing from Vegas.
Vegas, Jaja.
And I'm like,
That's not good because we've been linking for over 5 years.
Of course. So I'm like, seriously? All right.
No, we have to fix that. We have to fix it.
And Mr. Vegas, you have a lot of classics. I have seen sound systems. I think Young Guns, you did a custom for them against a particular sound in New York. I forgotten, and they destroyed it. Yo, then it was like zinc fence are beat and people are run down and people are crumbled. And I'm like, which artist? And they said, Mr. Vegas. I'm saying, seriously? You know,
right.
It means that Mr. Vegas is good with this dubplate thing. You understand me? You know, but talking about dubplate and all that, the big sound systems. Right. I know that the COVID time you had this system where you were kind of reducing prices in terms of dub prices and all that kind of thing for sound systems, because the COVID time, a lot of sound systems were doing this, you know, online. And I think it was right in direction. The only disadvantage for Africans is that you can't send money over here from Ghana elsewhere, you know, to cut dubplates. And this is very, 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 very sad. This is what is happening to us in Africa, that PayPal don't work. You understand me? What them call it?
Western Union.
We are only at the receiving end. So when you send me money, I can receive it, but I can send nothing out. And this is to our disadvantage. So sometimes you have to go through the thick and thin to make sure that the proper thing is done. Or I have a brethren who lives in Ghana, in America, and then we can say, all right, send this to this person and I'll pay this over here. So. And that business is tearing us down, Mr. Vegas. So we, the African sound system, sometimes we can't really match up, you know, to the sound system of foreign. But listen, when we step out, we have the talent, we have everything. Like how I went to Jamaica and I demonstrated that aside Dynamic, who is the first African sound system to have won a clash in Jamaica, Lagazee Sound International is the second from Ghana and from Africa to also do that. It means that we have a lot of talent over here, but the only thing preventing us to come forward is this, Mr. Vegas. So I want you to look into the African issues in terms of dubplate and order, so that you see where to position Africa in terms of the sound systems too as well, Mr. Vegas.
Well, what may have to happen is there has to be a situation where, let's say, a Lagazee is going to link up all the sound system. Will go through this portal with Lagazee, who is trusted, with dealing with artists and artists with dealing with Lagazee, because you may reach out to someone who says or who tells you that they can get a Mr. Vegas and they cannot. and they go and get you someone sounding like Mr. Vegas, or they pay you money. Yeah. So it has to be a situation where you're working with people who are trustworthy, and then you can maybe wire a lump sum of money to an individual, and that individual now cuts the dub plate and they send it back to Lagazee or whosoever the person is, and you distribute it to the sound systems. That will have to be a situation that we work out, because we have no control over the regulations. The regulations that are put in place is because they tend to believe that once you're African or you're from Africa, you're a thief, or you're dealing with some form of scamming. So these regulations were put in place to basically, a perception, a misrepresentation of people in Africa, because you can find dishonest people everywhere in the earth. Yeah. But I think they're zoned into the people who are dishonest in that region and label everyone as being dishonest, which is unfortunate.
You're right, Mr. Vegas.
Easy.
Away from the sound system thing, Mr. Vegas, let's talk about recordings.
Right.
Your early recordings. How did that happen?
My start?
Yes.
I first went to the studio, to a major studio, or any studio at all, with a brethren called Zul Palmer. He heard me, and he thought I was talented. So he took me to studio with a brother named Larky Pang, who later became known as Gollybop.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So I went to the studio with Zul Palmer and Larky Pang, and I recorded a song there called Nah Left My Country. And that was, of the same style of Admiral Bailey, Lieutenant Stitchy, or Risco Benji back in the days, who was like a young kid, and he inspired an artist like me hearing about a little Risco Benji. Wanted to be like, a child star. So I went to Music Mountain and I recorded a song called Nah Left My Country. Yeah. It didn't come out because it was not mixed properly. And in those days, you had to cut a stamper. So it did not make it to record, to 7-inch record with good quality. Because those days, if the songs were not mixed properly, if the hi-hat was too loud, and you cut that, because of the way we used to tune the sound system, everything had to be perfect. Then when you put on that record, in the dance, you started hearing a lot of noise. That is how crucial the thing was back in the days. We were well aware of those things. So the record was cut with a loud hi-hat, so it didn't come out. So, my second chance of going into the studio was, when I got to Kingston, started hanging around sound system, Small Axe Sound System. Then later on, I met Pickout. Pickout had Tinga Stewart, Jaman, and Pliers those days. He was the one who produced Cover Me with Ninja Man and Tinga Stewart. And he was the first one who recorded Pliers, I think. So I started hanging around the studio with Pickout. Later on, my brother from the Tamlins, Carlton, and my brother who was, in the military, migrated. Tony migrated and he sent back some money, came back to Jamaica at one point and took me to the studio. We did a cover of Tevin Campbell, Tell Me What You Want Me to Do. Yeah. That didn't work out. I started hanging around. I started hanging out with Buccaneer, Buccaneer, who is the same artist that is on the Filthy Rhythm. Take it easy, cheesy, that artist Buccaneer.
Yeah.
He later went to mainstream. But we started going around, Jamaica trying to break. Buccaneer was producing. A Virgin Zandapi was producing. We met a Virgin called Bertie. Bertie was a custom officer, and he believed in us, and gave us money to go to the studio to record other artists and produce other artists, just to get our names, on in the system. So he was giving me a budget, and I would go to the studio. I would record Harry Toddler and Elephant Man before they became stars. I was recording them.
Wow.
As an upcoming artist who were trying to get a bus. I was recording, artists, Frisco Kid, them, all those artists, I recorded them in their early start or when they were upcoming artists. Because Bertie gave me a budget and I saw, it as an opportunity to get my name on the same rhythm with these upcoming artists. So that is where it really started until I met Don Youth and met Jeremy Hardin. And it started with Jeremy Hardin, where I got my first major breakthrough with Nike Air.
Wow. Wow. In which year was this?
Well, Nike Air came out in 1997. Cobra, Mad Cobra was inspirational or instrumental with that whole process. Inspirational in terms of, as soon as Jeremy Hardin gave me the rhythm, because I had the rhythm before even Beenie Man voiced on the rhythm. I had the rhythm. Jeremy Hardin. But as soon as I could start working on my song, a family member broke my jawbone. Yeah. My mouth was wired shut for like 5.5, 6 weeks. And during this time, everyone voiced up on the rhythm. And it was Mad Cobra who begged Jeremy Hardin to wait until the wires were taken out of my mouth.
Wow.
To me on the rhythm. And Jeremy Hardin, waited for me, the last person to voice on the playground rhythm. So when I went to the studio, as soon as the wires were taken out, I went to the hospital in the morning. And the same morning I went to the studio, knocked up Jeremy Hardin early in the morning and recorded Nike. I literally recorded it through my teeth.
What?
That is how
Wow.
I moved from the style of sounding like a Sanchez. Because if you should go on the internet now, on YouTube now, and you type in a song called Every Time, and if you get a chance, you can do it. It's called Every Time Sanchez. Because that's how I used to sound. Because we were duplicates of Sanchez sound. Myself and other artists, we just heard Sanchez and we realized that we could sound like Sanchez. Well, personally, me, let me speak for myself. I realized that I had the potential to sound like one of the best singers in the country. So it was like such a privilege and such an inspiration to sound like Sanchez, because when someone said to you, "You sound like Sanchez," that was like a major compliment for us, for me. Major compliment, because he was like, arguably the best vocalist ever in the history, male vocalist in the history of our music. So that's how I used to sound at first. So when my jawbone was broken and I went to the studio to check Jeremy Hardin, that is how this quote unquote sound them called SingJay came about, because I could not sing the same way I used to sing before. It wasn't like trying to sound like anyone. It was the way I could sound. I couldn't open my mouth.
Wow. I was going to ask you this, that someone that your jawbone has been broken, and if for like 5 weeks you have wires all over, and you went to the hospital to remove the wires. The same day you went into the studio to go and record after the wires were taken.
Same morning, no teeth, no brush, no food, no eat, no water, no drink. Straight to the studio. I jumped on a bus from the public hospital straight to Barbican.
Mr. Vegas, it sounds to me like you don't love your life.
I love music is my life, bro. There's no separation.
Wow.
Come on.
And how was the feeling like? Because I know you will feel the pain.
Yeah. That's why I'm telling you that it was not by choice where I decided that one day I'm going to get up and try to sound like someone, or try to sing Jay, what them call it. I am a singer. I'm a real singer. See? But the day I went to the studio, I mean, let me see on in the air. Never get a song yet for you, and I care. That's all I could do. Yeah? And it worked. So of course now you a sound and a style was discovered. That was the Vega style. That was, born on that day.
Wow. So this is taking me back to what Little John, is saying, that you are claiming to be the originator of this, because when I went to Jamaica and I went to Jammy Studio, I met Johnny Osborne over there, and seriously, Johnny Osborne was also telling me that he is the father of SingJay. You understand me? So now hearing Little John, who I met at Dancehall Thursdays, and we have beautiful conversation. And then the following week, I met him also at a Robert Up Tuesday with SingJay side, reasoning with him, lovely person and all that. Coming to Mr. Vegas and saying that, yo, listen, he was the one who did A, B, C, D, S, Y, Z. Then I was getting confused that, so what about what Johnny Osborne told me, that he is the father of SingJays? You understand me? So who actually is the originator now?
I think for anyone to take credit for creating that style of singing, it's going to be a lot of controversy. Because remember, Stanley and the Turbine were before all of the people who are talking. Remember, we had Eric Donaldson and other artists and General Echo, who when people talk about slack DJ or slackness, he was before even Yellowman. So, and we had the greats who were using this chant. It's a chant, And I'm sure if you take it back to Africa, you will discover this sound way before any of whosoever's out there speaking or talking. It's a chant. It's a chant that people now call SingJay, but we used to call ourselves, I guarantee you, back in those days, if you had told Johnny Osborne that you're not a singer, he would have said you are disrespecting him. If you had said to anyone who's talking now that they're a SingJay, if you had said to them back in the days, you are not in the category of a singer, they would have felt disrespected, because we prided ourselves on being singers. You could not say to Pinchers, you are not a singer. Even DJs wanted to sing, like sing. That is the reason why you have Yellowman singing, I've found my thrill on Blueberry Hill. They were DJs who wanted to be singers.
See it.
So it was the thing to be, because remember, when you can sing, that is how you attract the females. They love singers.
Yeah.
No one called themselves SingJay back in the days, and there were no category. And remember the key word, category, that I spoke about. There was no category for SingJay before Mr. Vegas. And I hear people running with all manner of different stories. The award show that was in Jamaica, they said they couldn't give me Singer of the Year or DJ of the Year, because they said I was neither of them. Right?
Yeah.
That's their argument. That was not my argument. I would have wanted to win Singer of the Year. But I'm not a better singer than Barry Salmon, so I was cool. I was good with it. But I had the most #1 songs that year. So that year, the only thing I got was Best New Artist. You see?
Yeah.
So the next year, they said they create a category called SingJay, and I didn't even win it. I didn't even know who was in the category, and the award show discontinued. And that was the end of the story until years after I see them creating category as the IRAM award for SingJay of the Year. I've never won an award for SingJay of the Year. I said a category was created. the next year because they wanted to give me something.
So now, Mr. Vegas, please tell me this: where from the issue with Little John that he's saying that Mr. Vegas is running with this SingJay thing and me created it?
If he believes that, who am I to say he was there before me? Who am I to argue? I'm not talking about the creation of anything. And listen to me. You can go back and check, brother. Stanley and the Turbine was before all of us, bro. Stanley, the sound that you hear Vegas with is more close to Stanley and the Turbine. You see? Nobody, and let's call a spade a spade. Before Mr. Vegas, you had Singers Night and you had singers going on rhythms and they used DJs. Yeah? So you would have Sanchez, got to tell you how you thrill me. See? Flower Gun come on. Me say me love a bad. Love me love a bad. Bad. That is how the DJ. Whenever you have now a singer who are able to sing the punchline, a DJ the verse them, and a hardcore dancehall rhythm, that's a whole different ball game, brother. Mr. Vegas came with that. Hardcore DJ style with singing on the punchlines. Where bands and me now as a singer, I work shows in at the same time slot with the DJs. Because remember, you know, they used to have Singers Night at Reggae Sound Splash. And the next night you will have DJ night when the heavyweights came around. Zane? Now, when I came on the scene, there was no longer just a singer's night or just a singer's segment. I was clapping the band, and the band was jumping and running up and down like the DJs them. That's a fact, bro. I came with that jumping and like real DJ, brother. Mix. One drop mix. Run up and down like the band, bro. Like the DJ upon the band, like the DJ them. Everything that used to be Ninja Man them and Shabba them and them thing they are stitching them, bro. Singers used to be on Singers Night and have them singers segment. And if you were playing music, I've been playing music for years. We used to have the singers them where the DJs them play first. On the rhythm. So as much as Wayne Wonder style is, Mr. Vegas style is similar to a Wayne Wonder or Barrington Levy style, DJ used to play them first and call them singers. You see? You know, when you used to have singers that run up and down pump band. And after me, then you have people like Mavado them and all the other artists that came after. And Mavado even did a better job of doing it than me, because he went up against one of the greatest entertainers or greatest artists out of Jamaica, Vybz Kartel. So him take it to another level. When Mavado is a singer, he's singing Black's him name. But him go hardcore style and go clash with a DJ. So this whole argument about who created this and created what, brother, just evolution of the sound, bro. It's just evolution. None of we not create nothing, bro. Music, sounds are just vibrations, bro. The universe is vibrating. Sounds are created. I saw Stephen McGregor a few days ago. Created a beat out of a fan sound. The sound of a fan. The fan was blowing. He took the sound from the fan and he formulated it into a beat to release Idonia's latest song.
Wow. Wow.
Easy.
This is exclusive on the Yaad Settingz on Asaase Radio. 30 minutes got into the R2 here, reasoning with Mr. Clifford Smith, aka Mr. Vegas, you understand me? All the way from his home, relaxing and chilling. Remember, he's got a brand new album out. We are yet to talk about that, the Ghetto Reggae album. Please, if you are listening right now, pick up your phone and type his name, Mr. Vegas, Ghetto Reggae, and trust me, you will enjoy all the tracks. We are about to talk about that. You understand me? We have 1 and 2, issues in there that we're going to ask him about it. And Mr. Vegas already, he's going to, make sure that he will bisect it and go into it for us to understand what exactly is in there. This is Asaase Radio, the voice of our land. 99.5 in Accra, 98.5 in Kumasi, 100.3 in Cape Coast, and 99.7 in Tamale. Asaase Radio, we are nationwide. Now, Mr. Vegas, before we step into the album, you understand me? When I put out the flyer, a lot of people were sending me questions and all that kind of thing. And you know that in Ghana, you have a big fan base in Ghana. And I can tell you for a fact that when Buju Banton granted that interview and he spoke about Afrobeat for not having no content or no lyrics and all that, and you came to address it, the dancehall mag captured it, that Mr. Vegas is calling Buju Banton a hypocrite for criticizing the lyrical content of Afrobeat when his own dancehall catalog promote violence. I think when the dancehall mag captured that, trust me, I think Africans were proud that, all right, even though Buju Banton clap Afrobeat, Mr. Vegas, step in to redeem the image of Afrobeat. Now, talk to me about the vibe with the whole Buju Banton criticizing Afrobeat and you coming, to clap it back and say, dancehall has issues, so why is he talking about Afrobeat? Talk to me about that, Mr. Vegas.
Well, first of all, there are artists in Africa, who are doing quote-unquote Afrobeat, or whatever the genre is properly called, and who are doing what, who are very lyrical. And I do not want the argument to be that African artists are not conscious. Because my brother Bobby Wine from Uganda, he actually came to Jamaica. And not because we do not understand a dialect, or a language, means there's nothing to it. That is one of the problems that I had with the conversation from Buju. You may not understand the dialect. It's foreign to you. It is not foreign to Lagazee. Because there are different places in Africa where people use a different dialect. Different language. So to make an argument that Afrobeat artists, they are not lyrical in terms of promoting, speaking about social issues, I think it was an unfortunate take. And that's my opinion. Because I have looked at and listened to artists, I don't even know their names. I did not understand the lyrical language. But when translated, you realize that them lyrics, them deeper than what people even not give them credits for. There are artists in South Africa who spoke up against, governmental issues. And if you listen to early Burna Boy, and he still does it, Burna Boy songs are not just empty nonsense. Burna Boy sings about issues in Africa. Davido sings about social issues. So we have to be very careful, when a song may go become a popular record and crossover, and we label all of Africa and the artist as a place where there's no good lyrical content coming out of the continent. And that was just my 2 cents towards the argument.
All right. We give thanks for the beautiful explanation, Mr. Vegas.
Easy.
18 minutes got into the hour. 2 here on Asaase Radio. Now, let's step into the Ghetto Reggae album. Now, Vegas, the album title, Ghetto Reggae. Why Ghetto Reggae? Where the inspiration from?
All right. If anyone who have watched my interviews over the years, that's why it was very unfortunate that the artists came forward and tried to disrespect me out of nonsense. Because I've always given credit to the sounds that I grew up on. Barrington Levy is one of my favorite artists that I grew up listening to. Pinchers, I've never shied away from that. I've never gone in an interview and when asked where my inspiration came from, try to take full credit that I originate a sound or no one inspired me. Sanchez, Barrington Levy, Tenasaw, Nitty Gritty, all these artists are inspirations that I grew up listening to their music. So Ghetto Reggae is basically taking you back to where I started, hearing music and how I heard music. King Jammy's sound, Stereo One sound, that type of vibe. That is what I literally grew up listening to. Yeah? So Ghetto Reggae is just taking you back to the days when we would beat down the fence for come in. And when song I get forward, I beat down fence. And girls a slow wine and man have a Heineken buckle on them arm. And I roll him spliff. That is what Ghetto Reggae really is, just taking you back to the original sound.
All right. We have 14 tracks on the album. Solid 14 tracks on the album. I would like us to go into this particular album. On this album, which one is your favorite?
Bye Bye Julie is my favorite song at the moment.
Oh, all right. So Julie is your favorite. Ladies and gentlemen, why that? Is there any particular thing about this Julie song? The inspiration?
I think it's just the sound of it. It's just like you ever listen to a song and you just get like goosebumps. Yeah? It's just the sound that came together, and the rhythm is taken from She's Royal. That's where I heard the rhythm from. It's originally from, I think, Delroy Wilson. I think it's a Delroy Wilson song is on the original rhythm. But just the connection with Tarrus Riley, She's Royal, I know I love that song. And to be able to put an original song on that same rhythm and listening to it and say, yeah, well, you write that? It's really, really, I think, well written and well produced. My brother Ed Robinson, co-produced it. Kirkle Dove and the whole team, Bowie and Khan and all of them, Dean Fraser, put on the horns and the different instrumentation.
Wow.
So it's just one of the songs on the album that I can listen to this song all day and never get tired of it. It's just the song from when I first did the album, first recorded it, mixed. It's just my go-to song when I put on the album in the car. Not that other songs are not go-to songs, but this one, it just have a vibe and it tell a story,
Yeah. All right. Please tell Ed Robinson that I'm looking for him. Yeah, but let's listen to Julie on the album. You understand me? This is track number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Vegas. Mr. Vegas is full of stories, man. Are you listening to the storyline? No, Vegas, talk to me. Talk to me about this. Call Tyrone. Where from this storyline?
All right, so this is a perfect example of where the music is coming from. Before me, before Barrington, before Little John, and who are now saying that this style was created by them. If you listen to Ernest Smith. Ernest Smith was before all of us. And you will hear the same vibe. Must be a dopey or a gunman. I man no find out yet. I was so frightened. It's that vibe, bro. People, you see, that's why I'm saying the argument of this whole SingJay thing is nonsensical because Ernest Smith is a singer. So it's Mr. Vega sing. It's just that I'm able to do singing and DJ too. So the story and the melody and the flow is not me originated. It not come from me. I am just telling a story, yeah, to what was already there. The melody, the sound, the type of rhythm, all of that thing, brother, I come see it. I just add my story to it. So the story here is basically part of it a true story and part of it are the woman's story. Where the man them nowadays are staying at the mirror longer than the woman them because they want to look hotter than the girl them. Or a man when me and him used to be brethren and him care about my name to a woman that me used to deal with and take with the woman. The real story.
Wow. Wow.
Some people tell my story to something that was already there, brother. I don't create anything but but I just tell my story. You see? It's like the other song on the same rhythm, Take My Heart. I was written by Cargo. That was me telling Cargo's story for Cargo. It's not my story. Me not tell no woman take my heart and go on with it. Me want my heart. Your next girl I go find it useful.
Yeah, man. You're right. Yeah.
Me want to know for me can give every one of them a little piece.
Of course.
So that in this song, you know, tell him go call Tyrone and you know and Julie. I just story me I tell brother.
Definitely.
Call Tyrone is like Erica Badu already used that vibe. Me just I tell it in my way. I know me create this whole idea for call Tyrone.
Of course.
We just say, yo, if the man a move away, make him go and go call Tyrone since him want to dress up for Tyrone. Because look like a Tyrone him like.
Definitely.
And if we drop in a sound style, that is when it become more deadly.
Definitely, Mr. Vegas. Yeah, Mr. Vegas, you know, easy, man.
Yes, what I say? The girl catch the boy wear out her panty and then in her Burberry. I saw you do and then used to go on sound system, it becomes hardcore.
Yeah, you're right.
I just like the brother. We just flip it in a different ways and it becomes hardcore.
But Mr. Vegas, what exactly happened between you and Cargo though? Because you know
nothing, brother. Not a thing, brother.
Because the whole thing was looking frenzy and lovely.
Brother, nothing happened. Don't even give that any life, bro.
All right, Mr. Vegas.
That nothing happened, bro.
We give thanks, Mr. Vegas. We give thanks that nothing happened. You understand me? Yeah, man. Checking our Facebook wall, you understand me? Razayan GH says, King Lagazee, I love his answer to dancehall and the Afrobeat question. I also looking at him from afar, he might be a no-nonsense man. Well, Mr. Vegas is a man who speaks his mind, you understand me? You know, he doesn't hold back anything, you understand me? If you follow Mr. Vegas, you know, like I do, you understand me, listen to his live, join his conversations, you know, and all that. At a point in time here, he had an argument with the pastor. He had to go he had to go into the church and all this. Yo, Mr. Vegas is all round, man. You understand me? The issues to do with Mr. Vegas are a lot, you understand me? But we want to focus on you know, the album right now. You understand me? And we're talking about the album Ghetto Reggae. You understand me? Ghetto Reggae. If you don't have it, trust me, make sure that you get it. Because if you don't have it, it means like you're working with the devil. This is serious
Easy.
reggae album that you can't do without. You understand me? Ladies and gentlemen, let's take this one. As he said, Cargo wrote this one for him. You understand me? Take My Heart.
Take my heart and go away.
Talk to me about this album. Where people can find it. Is there going to be any videos for it and all that kind of thing? Talk to me about it. How is it doing online now?
It's doing very well. Actually, Call Tyrone is the most streamed song from the album so far. It's like doing, 6 times better than all the other songs. So,
That is my favorite.
I guess a lot of women can relate to it. So it's heavily streamed. So we have a video for it with Pete. We did Call Tyrone and Take My Heart in the same video, like a medley video.
Okay.
So it's on YouTube on Mr. Vegas TV. And the album can be found on all digital platforms.
On all digital platforms.
Spotify, Apple Music, all Amazon, all digital platforms.
Okay, all right. And there is one thing I want to find out from you. I have seen your workout and all that kind of thing. What gives you energy on stage? Because look like when Vegas step on stage, the energy, the fire is unmatched. What gives you that energy on stage, Mr. Vegas?
Well, it's coming from, as I explained earlier on, the proof is in the pudding. I am the singer who took the business of singing to another level, where I incorporated hardcore DJing into singing. Yeah? Where when I go on a stage, I'm not going up there to be an opening act. I'm not going up there to be the warm-up. I'm going on a show. And if Capleton or Elephant Man is on the show, or Alkaline or anyone, Beanie Man, I'm going out there to give a great show. I'm not looking at it like I'm just going to be warming up the place for Capleton. No. I want to turn up the fire like Capleton. So I have to prepare myself. I have to be fit. I can't be on stage running out of breath because I perform a high energy set. And anybody want to put that to the test, we call themselves SingJay, welcome. You're not going to be able to go around that energy unless you come work out with me. Because I take it, it's a discipline in a brother.
Definitely, you're right.
I cannot have no discipline in putting forward a presentation. You're not going to see LeBron James on the basketball court with a big gut. Mm-hmm. That's let him retire. Mm-hmm. I'm not a retiree. So anybody want to have this conversation about SingJay and all of that nonsense? All right. Let's go for a discipline, endeavor. Let's take it to that level where you can actually go up against a Capleton on the same show or Elephant Man and stand out. You have to, at some point, they will have to give credit where credit is due, brother.
Definitely, you're right. You're right.
So when I perform on a show, I'm not there to have people singing my songs for me. I have to be able to run up and down and sing I Am Blessed, which is a key, is in a key where enough people are not comfortable with. Mm-hmm. I used to be afraid to sing Heads High because the key that I had to, you see, when you're on a beat, especially in the 90s, dancehall, those beats were created, most of them in the C key. The C key is not for singers, you have to be up there like Sanchez them and Barrington Levy them. You see? It's not everybody can go up in those keys. Plus, singing those keys and run up and down on the stage, brother.
You need to have
it's
energy.
It's not a normal thing. You have to be disciplined. You see? Mm-hmm. It's not easy to sing it. Bro, the first time I performed, well, the time when I performed at the Mobo Awards, by the time I reached the verse, I was out of breath, brother.
Wow.
I said, never again. I had to make sure that I am ready. Because that was a wasted opportunity. I was out of breath. 1999 on the Mobo Awards, bro. Headzai is not a normal song to sing. Mikey Bennett used to use Headzai for his auditions, bro.
Wow.
To tell you if a person can sing. Not no nonsense about SingJay. Because Headzai deals with what? Breath control. I guarantee you, it's very few artists can sing Headzai and run up and down on stage. And Barrington Levy in his prime was one of those artists. Because it's not a normal key. And Sanchez can sing J. Because I remember, so we have Sanchez with Hammer, Wild Sanchez, Wild Sanchez, wicked Sanchez. Remember, we have that, from early out,
Mm-hmm.
But how many of us are disciplined enough to be able to sing at that high key? Managale, yeah. And it may be even higher than that too if me hear the rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
And run up and down, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, bro. Have to at some point give credit where credit is due, bro.
Of course.
We know one, a friend. Woo! Those are scary keys. Those are Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston keys, bro. Talk the truth and shame the devil.
You're right.
Those keys are reserved for singers like Mariah Carey, Tevin Campbell them, Sanchez them, and those great singers. Not because people about SingJay and I minimize it, bro. No. Na 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 na. Kill me di now. It's not normal something, bro.
You're right.
And the verse has no breathing space. Me want you skin your teeth and make me see it. If you're short from your bad, say you never do it. You want a freak, a one man you keep. No breathing. That is how you know if you have lungs.
For real.
At some point, you have to speak the truth and shame the devil.
Of course. You're right, Mr. Vegas. But let me find out from you. What do you eat? Because to be able to sing in keys like this, apart from, the workout and all this, what kind of food do you also take in, to be able to help you to sustain this particular grounds and all that?
You hear the vocal clean?
Yeah.
Discipline, brother. Sometimes you have to stay away from fried food. You have to stay away from eating and go sleep because I used to be very sick. And had a lot of mucus. But it was the discipline. The same discipline we speak about.
Mm-hmm.
Go eat and go sleep. The acid and the mucus combine, and then the whole mucus get calcified. So you have to depend. I try clean the throat,
mm-hmm.
and the vocal now compromised. So I learned these things and I try to stay disciplined. Am I perfect? No. Because sometimes I want to beat up some oxtail and some rice and peas too, but me have to burn it back out.
Seriously, you're right. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, 45 got into the R2. Yo, reasoning with Mr. Vegas is something else, man. Something else. Razan G8 says, please ask him whether he's looking forward to collaborate with any of our reggae dancehall artists in Ghana. Is there any possibilities that you want to do anything with any artist from Ghana, Mr. Vegas?
Bro, I've worked with, what's her name, Miss V? I worked with Miss V. Isn't she from Ghana?
Yeah. Miss V is from Ghana.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah,
Come
man.
on, I'm always open to working with African artists. The song on the album called Grateful was produced by my brother, Young Alpha in Nigeria. Straight out of Nigeria.
Wow.
Yeah. It's called Grateful.
Grateful, yeah. I have it.
Africa.
Wow. That is track,
Yeah, man, so
track
Bobby
number
Wine,
7.
Bobby Wine is my brother. I tell Bobby Wine all the time, you have to focus on some music. I know you love the politics and you want to be a leader for your country, but don't put music aside. I talk to him all the time. I pray for him all the time and pray for his safety. Him love politics. He's a person like me. who believes in human rights. That's why I'm fighting for him country.
Definitely.
You know, I mix I don't leave the music at no point. Yeah.
Definitely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been lovely reasoning with Mr. Vegas. Vegas, leaving you finally on this Ghetto Reggae album. You understand me? That you said we can find it everywhere, and also the video is out on Mr. Vegas TV on YouTube. People, go out there and check it. You understand me? Yes, go out there and check it. Check it. Call Tyrone and also Take My Heart. These two sang them, you know, he had a duet video and it is over there. Go there and stream it. The only way you can also support the artist, you understand me, you know, over here. So, Mr. Vegas, what advice do you have, especially African artists? You understand? You spoke about discipline, which is key. You understand? I've taken a lot of note over here. You spoke about discipline, and discipline is key. Every artist had to be disciplined. Apart from that, what else do you have for African artists as an international artist?
Well, you just have to believe in what you're doing, and make music that is not gonna just be temporary. I'm going near 30 years. I've been out since 1997, 98, and I'm still touring. I just came back from Hartford, and the place was on fire. Just came back a few weeks ago or 2 weeks ago from around here, from New York, and that was crazy at Barclays Center. So I am blessed to have done music that is still around, because you cannot keep a whole party and not play I Am Blessed. You see?
Yeah.
So and Head Zion broke it down, them and them songs. It's just songs that make people happy. So when you do right music, you know, write music that people can enjoy or people can relate to. That is key. With melodies and great rhythms.
All right. Mr. Vegas, let me take this message coming from Junior Maestro all the way from Norway, far away. He said, Vegas is well reflected man, and I big him up for that. You see me? Yeah, man. Yo, a lot of compliment on our Facebook, and you know, people love Mr. Vegas. I've seen Ed Robinson, you know, checking in. I've seen Black Pullover says, welcome on board, Mr. Vegas. I have seen Kojo Rasta, it's easy, does it, Yaad Settingz, big up Mr. Vegas, and all these things. We give thanks, Mr. Vegas, for your time and space, and I'll come back later on to you personally inbox so that we can talk about the doublet issues, because we can't afford not to have Mr. Vegas.
Bye bye, son boy. Bye bye, son boy. You take Lagazee and die today. The little idiot, some boy can't kill Lagazee, cause we wicked and we deadly. You see that a freestyle, brother. Big up yourself, Lagazee. Give thanks to the reasoning.
Salute, Mr. Vegas. So the album is out. Ghetto Reggae. The album is out. Please go out there, check it out, stream it, and support the artist. And Mr. Vegas is open. In case people want to contact you, where should they go, Mr. Vegas?
On TikTok, it's The Real Mr. Vegas. On TikTok, The Real Mr. Vegas. And on all the other platforms, Mr. Vegas Music.
Mr. Vegas Music. You heard it already. Please contact him if you want to do any business. 45 plate, whatever shows. Mr. Vegas is ready, and he's a showstopper. He doesn't go on stage and play his music and say DJ track 2, track 3. No, Mr. Vegas deals with live band.
We do tracks, but it's a live. It's a good presentation. And for the people who are on the Grammy committee. Yeah, the Ghetto Reggae for your consideration. You know, you can consider it when you're making your pick for the Reggae Grammy category.
All right. So the Reggae Grammy category, the Ghetto Reggae is there. You can also pick that for your consideration. Oh, God. This album is sweet like honey. And that I tell you. Let me play Grateful, produced by a Nigerian producer, Mr. Vegas. Big up yourself. Until we meet again. Respect.